Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, we're going to review the 22 months of content marketing, my YouTube channel growth, my blog traffic growth, and the podcast growth as well. Before we jump into the analytics and look at the actual data and the actual numbers from my efforts over the last 22 months, I just want to remind you that time is carrying on whether you're taking action or not. Had you asked me 22 months ago, or actually 23 months ago, if I thought I was about to go on such a content bender, my honest answer would have probably been no, I don't think so. And when I had the idea to start, it was just a 90-day challenge. I just wanted to challenge myself to get really momentum going and to break that broken belief that I'm not a content creator, because obviously I am. I just hadn't been creating content. I was resisting the process. So I really want to encourage you to take that first step, to just start. Publish your first blog post, publish your first video, get momentum on your side. Try to break it down into little daily bite-sized chunks, right? Do what you can today and then start over tomorrow, and do what you can tomorrow. And time carries on in such an interesting way that at some point you'll look back and be like, wow, been doing this for a couple of years now. And as you're going to see, when you stick with something for a couple of years consistently, that is how magic happens, right? We create our luck through hard work. So with that said, I'm gonna hop off the soapbox. We're going to jump into the computer here and get into some actual data, because I love data. You can see here I'm at 54,969 subscribers. I'm gonna go ahead and call that 55,000 subscribers. Not bad for 22 months of effort. Let's get inside of the analytics here, but first we're going to see how many videos that I've created in these 22 months. So 363 total videos is what I've actually created, and you can see here on the screen this split test to pop up. I only got 641 views on that. Some of my videos get 1,300, 1,500 views. Some get over 2,000, almost 3,000 views within the first couple of weeks, but nothing extravagant is going on here. None of these videos have tens of thousands or millions of views, right? It is literally the compounding effect of lots of videos that are getting 500, 1,000, 1,500 and more views. And it's that compounding effect from doing the work over and over that makes all of the difference. So I'm going to jump into the analytics now, and we're going to look at, it's going to show us right off the bat the 28 days. So this is the last 28 days of analytics. And you can see I've got about 1 million minutes viewed right now, which is up about 1%. I'm going to call that even. My average view duration has gone up about 3%, up to just under 7-minute mark. And the number of views is actually down. So I'm down 2% in unique views, but those viewers who are showing up are actually viewing longer, which gives me good watch time numbers, which is what YouTube likes to see. That's why they put the watch time metric in the top left. That's the first thing you see when you load this page. My number of likes are down, dislikes are up. That's great. That means I'm engaging, I'm moving people, whether they love me or not. That's okay. Comments are up about 3%. Subscribers are down about 12%. So about 12% less people are clicking the subscribe button. But all in all, I really don't care, because what I'm really doing here is focusing on the long-term game. And give me 1 second. I'm going to set up a comparison on the dates, and we're going to do a year-over-year comparison. So we'll look at the, I believe that would be the 10-month mark versus the 22-month mark. So I'm going to set that up right now. So the orange line here, and what we're looking at is the April of 2017 to May of 2017 versus the last 28 days. And you can see, actually, interestingly, my numbers, it appears, are actually down a little bit this year over last year, which is quite interesting to me, but I really don't actually care. And you can see my view duration is down a bit where I was. I believe these big spikes in my view duration was that I was doing more live. I believe I was doing weekly live broadcasts this time last year, if my memory serves me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now just kind of adapt on the fly, and I'm going to plan and do a live video. I'll do a funnel review this Saturday. So in a couple of days, I'll do a live video review. I'll email my list. If you're not on my list, milesbeckler.com/free-course. Get on there. You'll hear about it. I'll start to do more lives, because I'm pretty sure that's what this tick is from. And I would be open to getting my views back up. But all in all, you can see a difference of 40,000 views in a month period. That's a very minimal number really overall. And then on the views here, we've got, again, it looks like I think my views are actually up right now. So the number of views are up, the actual view duration is down, and it looks like that might be because of my lives. So there's my analysis and my idea. And you can see the subscriber numbers are a little bit down, but all in all, I'm stoked on it. I think that 55,000 subscribers in, just under 2 years is absolutely magical. And let's now jump into the actual blog analytics. Now, the blog analytics are most interesting because that's where I get most of my leads from. I've got the pop-ups over top of my blog. I've got my report, my free report that I give away from a landing page from my blog. So ultimately, getting people to my blog is a major goal, and then getting them onto my list is a major goal. My email list has crossed the 5,000 subscriber mark. I don't think I'm at 5,100 yet, somewhere around like 5,050 subscribers, growing steadily still. Now you can see I'm going to do, we've got what, 19,275 sessions from 11,000 users. I'm going to run a quick month over month number just to give us that data so I can see if it's moving month over month, but really I'm more interested in the year over year, which we'll look at next. So month over month, I'm down 1.3% on sessions, which is 300 sessions less, which is the equivalent of 10 per day. And the number of users are up. So I got more unique people, but less actual sessions. So people are coming back a tiny bit less than they were. Let's zoom this out to the year over year. Now on the year over year, I'm up 60% in sessions from about 12,000 visits per month to 19,000 visits per month. And I'm up 77% on the users from just under 7,000 people to just under 12,000 people. And the number of page views is up massively, 56%. So that means that the people who are coming are looking at 50% more content, which means every other person is going to another page more often than they were before. This is my internal linking. This is having more great content available, etc., etc. My average session duration is up 10%. These are the kinds of numbers that Google wants to see, for Google to trust that my website is giving value to the audience when they see those time on site numbers, the repeat views, and the session duration, essentially numbers going up. That's what Google wants to see. Here inside of analytics, I want to look at something new that we haven't looked at on this channel before. I want to look at the traffic sources. So we're going to go to all traffic under acquisition and then source and medium. I'm leaving the year over year on so we can see what's going on here, but you can see Google Organic has had a massive change. I received 8,329 visits from about 5,300 people in the last 30 days from Google. Before, I had only received 1,200 visits from Google. That's a 544% increase of traffic from Google. These are people who have never probably found my content from YouTube before. They go to Google and they type in a question such as, how do I build an affiliate marketing funnel? My blog post shows up on the top of Google. They click, they enter my ecosystem. They then see my pop-up. They have an opportunity to get on my list. And ultimately, I'm now partnered with Google to connect with people because I'm offering helpful answers to Google's users. That's how the game works. That's why I'm spending money, not much time, but money of mine to get my videos transcribed and into the written format on my WordPress blog. Before I had money to invest in this process, I did it myself. I put in the effort and the time because ultimately having that content, that written content on my blog is extremely valuable. You can see the direct traffic is actually the next best, which is people clicking from my emails or possibly people typing it in. I do mention my name and my domain at the beginning of every video that I put out. And you can see YouTube traffic is spiking for sure. 2,500% increase from about 90 visitors to 2,400 visitors. Again, this is that brute force 3 videos a week for the last year is what really has given me that kind of leap in my traffic here. And this is probably the most exciting thing for me to see is this 544% more sessions and about 1,000% more users in a year over year number. So 1,000% more people. That's literally it's an insane amount, right? From 483 people to 5,300. So from under 500 to over 5,000 people visiting my site based on Google referrals, which is absolutely magical. Finally, let's jump into the podcast here. Last month, I reached and crested the 5,000 mark for the first time in a month of downloads at 5,662 downloads in April. Currently in May, I'm at about 4,700. We're about 3 weeks into it. It's 4 weeks, so I would assume maybe 1,500 more downloads this month, which would put me over the 6,000 mark for May. So my hope is, what I'm hoping to see is 6,000 downloads in May by the end of the month. And I'm not just going to sit on my hands and hope. I'm going to find a way to add value to my podcast feed, and also to really find a way to mail my podcast feed again for my audience, to really kind of encourage people to subscribe there, because, you know, a podcast is a great way for people to consume my content essentially when they're walking the dog, when they're on the treadmill, when they're driving to work, when they're doing other things. YouTube requires 100% of your attention, but a podcast requires 20% of your attention maybe. So I like connecting people to the podcast, and I'm getting really good feedback from that. And that's all. That is me and my approach with this 3-pillar content marketing strategy. I start with a YouTube video because that's easy for me. I find it fun and easy to create these videos for you. And then I have teammates and processes in place to get that same content onto my podcast, get that same content onto my WordPress blog. And you've seen that the numbers are working. So even though I'm not quote unquote writing my blog posts, right? I'm just firing out these videos on a very aggressive pace. My YouTube channel growth has maybe stalled a little bit, but my blog growth is going off the chain right now. And that is actually more valuable for me, and that is a metric I love seeing growing, because my blog traffic is directly correlated to my list growth, and my list growth is really what I'm after here. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you found this to be valuable. I'm going to get a live broadcast going on Saturday. So if you're around Saturday, I'll do 9 a.m. Local time. I'm in the Pacific time zone in the United States of America right now. So 9 a.m. my time Saturday morning, I'll do a live funnel review. And that's it. Really, the goal is to help you see that consistent effort over long periods of time is the trick, if there is a trick, which brute force applied over long periods of time. If you want to call that a trick, great. We'll call that a trick. But that's the approach to create success for yourself. Find the mechanism and the medium that's easiest for you to communicate on first. For me, it's these videos. If you like writing, you can go straight to the WordPress blog and dominate Google traffic out of the gates. I had to put a few systems and teammates and a bunch of hurdles for myself in place because I don't like writing. So I do videos, and I have teammates create great blog posts from those videos. I hope this has been helpful. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up here in YouTube. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments below, and I look forward to connecting with you on another video. Be sure you subscribe so you get the notification when my live stream comes up, and after that live stream's done, it'll sit live on the channel. And I got plenty more great stuff coming out for you next week and beyond. I'm gonna keep this going just to keep showing you how easy and simple the path to success ultimately is when you focus on being of service to an audience through giving the best value you can, and then you stick with it for months and weeks and years at a time. But remember, it's all about that one thing. What are you doing today? What are you publishing today? Then tomorrow, then the next day. Small steps over extended periods of time is how you go on long, long journeys, my friend. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Until then, be well.